From Jackson
because they
Dart to
exceeded
little Jordan
expectations.
Humphrey.
All right, welcome back to Kings of the East. We just wrapped up Game 4. Had four very exciting matchups over the weekend. Some took some L's, some took some W's, some took a T. So we're gonna talk about it all and go over it. And we're gonna start off with the Commanders. My nigga Ryan. All right, we had the Commanders at the Falcons. They play. Commanders travel down to Atlanta with their backup quarterback Marcus Mariota leading the charge for the second straight week, while we have Jaden Daniels still nursing a knee injury and Terry McLaurin out for his first week with a quad injury. So Michael Penix and the Falcons, they last week they lost 30-0 to the Panthers and bounced back this weekend against the Commanders on a 34-27 win. Michael Penix completed 20 out of 26 passes for over 300 yards and finally recorded his first passing touchdown to a wide receiver or tight end. Anyone outside of Bijan Robinson finally did that. And Bijan Robinson had a great day through the air and on the ground, had 181 all-purpose yards from scrimmage. And yeah, we're gonna have Ryan tell you about what the Commanders did and let us know how you feel about that matchup over the weekend.
Man, I feel terrible about the matchup, man. Going into the game, I felt like we would have more. I felt like we would have been the more prepared team. But this loss was just straight up on missed opportunities, man. Had one turnover. We forced our first turnover. First interception of the year, but uh, it was two times where the ball hit the ground and we could have picked the ball up and we could have held possession, built that lead up and everything, but we missed out on those. So it's a ton of people online talking about coaches this, scheme that. Outside of Bobby Wagner having to check a running back out the backfield or a tight end, it's not much where the coaches, I feel like, have anything to do with the type of performance that's going out there. I mean, you got Marshawn Lattimore just getting beat on just straight go routes. Ain't nothing too much coach could do for that. You know what I mean? You got guys out of position. Hey, I could go on and on. The Falcons look like they had. I think they made it a point to get Bijan Robinson the ball. He had 180 plus yards, so they really wanted to get him the ball. My biggest thing as far as the defense, I just think guys are like really playing at a pace that they're not like they seem just a little out of whack and a little uncomfortable. I guess what you got build camaraderie amongst that defensive backfield, but like it's just no trust at all. You know, it was a 3rd and 2 with 3rd and 8. You had a bunch formation. You had Bijan Robinson at that bottom receiver. He literally just ran a simple out route, just sat at the sticks, wide open, catch the ball. You looking on film, you got Mikey Sandster running with the number 1-2 receiver on the end route, and it's like it's just uncharacteristics for a lot of the things that these guys are doing. So I really hope that these guys take some time, really look at the film, really come together and really figure out what type of team we're gonna be. We can't stop the run one week, rush the passer well one week, and then come in the following week and just look out of whack. So it's going to take some time, I guess. But I'm really looking forward to these guys getting it together. And just we're moving on to LA for next week.
Okay. And y'all got anything for Ryan?
Yeah. So I asked you this last week. I'm gonna come back to it. Every week he plays bad. So is it official to say Marshawn Lattimore is cooked?
I mean, bro, I said it that first game against the Packers. Like, it's something going. When I told you about finding our identity, like we got to figure out what type of team we're going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I get what we want to run. Marshawn Mike can't do that anymore. And
Yeah.
on top of that, we might got to get a kid a chance and put him on the best receiver and let Marshawn be the old guy who's not moving around too much. Because I would still say this. I love Marshawn Lattimore's aggressiveness. I love his veteran leadership, his veteran wittiness. I don't want to lose that from my defensive backfield, but having him one-on-one with the top receiver might gotta change. That might gotta change. So But
Okay.
yeah, so that's my biggest thing as far as Marshawn. Do I feel like he's lost a step or two? For sure, he has. He definitely has. But is he done? It kind of reminds me like of a Charles Woodson when they moved him to safety because he just could not play that cornerback position any longer at a high level. We got to use what we got with the rest that we have from Marshawn. Try to help him out, put him in a position where he could succeed.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You got anything, Conte?
Nah, I ain't got nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna
Wrap
pick
that
on you
up.
this weekend. I'm gonna let you grieve this weekend. You feel me?
Agree.
So, and we gonna move. We gonna move on to another game over the weekend. Well, we gonna talk about the Eagles Buccaneers now. Okay, so we got the Eagles travel down to Tampa Bay to play Baker and the Buccaneers, and they won by a score of 31-25. In the first half, the Bucks couldn't get it going on offense at all, while the Eagles had everything going right for them. They even scored on special teams block punt. And in the second half, the script flipped. The Bucks had it going, and the Eagles couldn't get anything going on the offense. While with Hurts throwing 0 for 8 in the second half with 0 passing yards. So, how did you feel about that game? What you got for us, Mahad?
So to start, piggyback off what you said, the first half coming in,
Hmm.
from what I saw, I was very pleased with the way the offense came out. Like it came out clicking. Jalen Hurts in the first half, like you said, 15 to 18, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, 40 yards on the ground. Like he came out. I was like, the offense is clicking. They found their stride. Granted, we didn't hit no big plays on the outside, but he was working Dallas Goedert, working the flats, and he came out good the first half. So I was very pleased. Our defense came to play. Our young boys, man, they're just we got some talented young kids over there. On top of Zach Baum being our leader, and he just every week he just makes a play, he gets a pick, a fumble. It's just everywhere he got a nose for the football. So I'm gonna start with the positives. The defense, man. Granted, the score looks like what it looks like. The yardage with Baker, man. They had Baker aside from 2 plays. Baker's amazing. First of all, I don't have nothing bad to say about Baker. He's a gamer. He does not die. Like 95% of the league, that game's over. He just keeps finding a way to fight. So he had 22 of 40, 289, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Um, Granted, 140 yards of that came on 2 plays, and I didn't like him from Bucky Irvin on a broken play where he beat Jihad up the seam, and Makuba got beat by Ibuka deep in the seam as well. So I thought for the most part we did a good job on Baker. He got rolling in the second half, so I'm pleased with our defense, man. Fangio, we held the Tampa Bay offense to 25. Granted, it probably would have been different if Mike Evans played. You could tell he was missing him, but I was pleased with our defense. They saved us. Now I'm gonna start with the negatives, man. Kevin Patula, you back on my hot seat, man. I just thought we turned the corner, man. I was like that Rams game was the vindication. I thought we were gonna be ready. I thought we were gonna figure out how to get our playmakers involved, and he went back to the same stuff in the first 2 games.
Yeah, I'm
A
with you.
lot of mirror routes, a lot of 6 yard curls, and like I know everyone's gonna talk about all week with AJ Brown. Shortly after the game, he put that tweet out, the Bible scripture, saying how he
Mhm.
felt, and I feel him. Like I truly understand his frustration. Like he's doing better than a lot of receivers. Like I think Jamar Chase would have straight up said something in the media.
Man,
A
what?
lot of the a lot of the top receivers in the league would have said something way more wild. So I can tell he's getting to a breaking point, and it's frustrating. I wish he didn't put that tweet out because simply we did win, and like you're a winner. Like you won a Super Bowl, you know what it takes to win. So I just feel like those conversations can be had in private. But our offense is just it's not pleasing. Like I don't like what I see. Like something got to change quick, bro, or we're gonna be in trouble. It's going like I told y'all, we're gonna be an 11-12 win team, but we're gonna be a one and done, a disappointing playoff team if we don't figure out this offense.
I agree
Yeah,
That's
that
with
was first
everything you
time.
said. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the first time I agree with Mahad. Shit.
that's just how I feel, bro. Like the first 30 minutes, I was talking crazy. Like I felt so good. I'm like, damn, we turned the corner, we good. Second half, we haven't put a complete football game together yet in all 4 of our games. Not one complete football game. So
Yeah, but you're still 4-0, so can't
still,
complain
still
too much,
found a
right?
way. But yeah, we got the Broncos coming in this week. So
Okay. All right. Well, I heard about your DB stopping stuff and everything. How you feel about your run defense? Because I felt like Bucky had a pretty good day for what he
Buck,
was given.
Bucky had a solid game. He was 15 carries, 63 yards. He was getting 4 yards a carry. He was solid. I'm not gonna lie, our run defense hasn't been as stout as it was last year. I do think Nakobe Dean coming back this week is going to shore up some of that. He's very good in the run, so
For sure.
he's coming up off the pup this week. So I'm interested to see how they're going to incorporate that with Jihad playing so well. I don't want to lose Jihad on the field. Like I don't want to limit him to one role. So I'm really interested to see. But he's one of the best defensive minds. So I feel like he'll find a way to figure that out. And our run defense definitely needs to be fixed. It's not as stout as last year. I think every team has gotten what they wanted as far as a run, keeping a consistent run game, moving the chains on us. So that's definitely
Yeah, I
something to
agree.
keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say a run defense and then just a run game. Getting Saquon going at some point. He still hasn't popped off
Man,
yet. And like you said, it's all on your offense coordinator. For the most part, we know it's not Saquon's abilities. So hopefully y'all get together, man. My bad.
Saquon Barkley has the second most rushing attempts in the league at 77, and he's the second in yards per attempt at 3.1.
Ooh,
So
goodness. So they giving him the ball.
he's getting the ball. It's just no halfback dive, halfback dive, halfback dive. And
Yeah,
granted,
man.
I think our offensive line is missing Mekhi Becton. I think
Yeah.
that physical guard that was moving people off the ball. Like Tyler Steen has been solid in pass pro, but not in the run game.
Okay.
But yeah,
Which
Ryan.
anybody else got anything for Mahad?
Yeah, my number one question was about AJ Brown. At like what point does it become a problem and like a real issue? You know what I mean? Like it's easy right now because he's got his money. You know, he's under contract and everything like that. But I mean, at what point is he going to really look in the mirror like, man, I gotta go?
I was just talking to somebody about this, man. He really looks like he's at a breaking point. Like I think if we don't get this figured out this season, obviously if we don't get it figured out with AJ Brown this year, I don't think we're gonna win a Super Bowl. So, granted, if all goes wrong and we don't figure it out, and AJ Brown, we're one and done in the playoffs, and AJ Brown doesn't pick up where he does statistically, I think he'll ask for a trade this offseason. Like, uh, we got to get him the ball, man. You can't have Bugattis and give him one route for a whole game. Like AJ Brown is
Yeah.
get him some mesh routes, get him a deep post, get him a crosser. Like get AJ Brown. He should have 5-6 plays that he's the number one read. Figure out a way to get him the ball, quick routes. So yeah, no, I think it's starting to get to be a problem. And I know Howie Roseman. No one's bigger than the program. So if he gets fed up with it, he'll move him and he'll get the valuable pieces that he
He
wants.
gonna get something back
And
too.
he's not a purebred Eagle either.
One thing about Howie Roseman, he moves off players a year early versus a year late.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He moves on business time for sure. Yeah,
You
but
think
also, oh,
he'll be willing to do a division move?
Nah, you know
Let's
what?
not
I'm
do
trying to
that.
get Terry about it.
He's not Jerry.
Yeah.
He's not Jerry.
Take him.
I truly don't. I think we figure out a way to get AJ like satisfied, but we definitely like. It's also to a point with him. He got to stop the outbreaks and like you grown. You a captain of the team. Like people are looking at you. Like granted, years past we had Brandon Graham that could check him, Jason Kelsey that could check him, Fletcher Cox that could check him. He's the vet now. So when you showing that, like when Jalen Carter's time, like what if he starts acting like that? Or like when somebody else
He
doesn't
will.
see
He
AJ,
will.
Brown, that's the way
He
they was
probably already
taught.
has.
That's the
It's
way he
coming.
was taught. So I
Yeah,
like the way Saquon and them are handling the media, the way they're talking about their offense. I just wish AJ Brown had that mentality. But I also get it. When you frustrated, you frustrated.
I think his frustration a little bit different this year because last year he could kind of deal with it because Saquon was getting the ball and getting
Exactly.
200, 100
Exactly.
something plus a game. And it's like, all right, it's really no room for me for real. But this year,
Exactly. Like
Saquon
who's
not eating
eating?
for real. So it's
Yeah.
like, why am I not eating if Saquon not eating? So
Yeah.
it's a little different frustration this year from
For
last year.
sure.
For
That's
sure.
valid.
But
That's super
yeah,
valid.
yeah, for sure.
Like how did y'all score 31 points? Like I'm looking at the stats and I'm just like, was
In the
it
first
2
half.
turnovers or something? Like
Nah,
Remember,
you got to think Jalen Hurts had 50 yards on the ground in the first half and he had 132 passing touchdowns. And then Saquon got a rushing touchdown.
and they scored on the
He
punt
scored on a block punt.
block too. Yeah. So
Yeah.
all three phases, like you said. And
yeah.
yeah, all right. Well, we'll keep it pushing. We'll get into the Chargers Giants matchup. The Chargers took a trip to NYC to come and see the Giants and Jackson Dart's first start in the NFL. And the Giants grabbed their first win of the season against the what was the undefeated LA Chargers by a score of 21
Had
to
to take that all up
18.
off him.
Yeah, I had to help you. I knew you was gonna say something, so I figured I'd make it clear for the audience. So Justin Herbert finished the day with throwing 23 for 41 passes, 203 passing yards, but he ended the day with more interceptions than touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions and 1 passing touchdown through the air. And we had Jackson Dart with in his debut, threw the ball 20 times, completed 13 passes for 111 yards and 56 yards on the ground as well, adding 1 touchdown in the air and 1 on the ground. So, got your first win, Conte. How you feeling about it, man? Talk to us.
Feels sensational, man. Feels great. Feels great. Nah,
Okay.
I loved everything I saw from the team, man. It was a complete team effort. I'm gonna start with the offense.
Okay.
Jackson Dart, he wasn't asked to do a lot with his arm. He was asked to do a lot with his legs, right? And he did exactly what we all thought he would do, which is extend plays and make things happen. You know, he brought the juice to the offense, and I hate that Malik Neighbors is out for the season because it would have been fun to see them two play together. But him and Cam, like, they kept the offense going. Both of them energy, and it's funny because that play that Jackson scored on, we ran that same play with Russ last week. It looked completely different. One didn't get a yard, the other one, when it broke 15, got a touchdown. So I think offensive wise, it's fun. It's fun offense, but I think Malik going down, it really did hurt. But I'm happy with what I saw. I think he showed everyone that he's a guy, and for what we asked him to do, he did all right. I see a lot of people talking about his stats. Is this 111 yards? It ain't eye popping, but you gotta understand that we ran the ball 42 times.
Yeah.
Right. We came in wanting to run, and we did that. You know, so I'm happy with that. Now defense, this is the defensive line we all thought we was gonna have during the summer. Brian Burns got a sack. Kayvon got a sack. Big Dex almost cribbed an interception. Like, I love it. It was fun to watch. This is the most snaps Abdul had at the edge, and he was a difference maker. He didn't get a sack. The only reason he didn't get a sack is because Justin threw the ball away. He ended up getting intentional grounding, but he would have had his first like official sack. But yeah, he had between the three of them, Burns, Kayvon, and Abdul, they had 20 quarterback pressures. But Abdul had 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, Rook.
He had 5 QB hits.
Yeah, like he was on their ass, bro. So yeah, so I love what I saw from defense. And one of the keys that I had last week when we were predicting this game, I didn't have us winning. I keep it a buck. I didn't have us winning, but I said we need to pressure Justin Herbert and capitalize on turnovers, and that's what we did. You know, the turnovers that we got, we I think we scored on one of them. The other one, I don't think we scored on. But still, it's capitalizing off of his mistakes, getting to him. And, you know, he gets rattled when he gets hit a lot. And they had a lot of guys go down on the offensive line. And, I like what I saw from that. Now, I want to get into the coach. You know, I think I saw something on ESPN. It was like, did Jackson Dart save Brian Dable's job? And I don't like that. I think Brian Dable, he saved his own job. All week, he was in the interviews. He was saying, this is my choice. This is my guy. This is my choice. Even in the offseason when we went and got him, right? We traded up to go get this guy. That was Brian Dable. You know what I'm saying? And it's all week, man. I'm telling you, he's been very confident with this guy. And we're hearing things like Jackson Dart is calling Coach Tuesday at like 2 a.m. You know what I mean? Or staying late one of them days late. Just going over film. He was ready. He was prepared. And I just want to say, Brian Dable, he picked his guy. He gave his guy the opportunity, and he looks good, man. He looks good. So I definitely want to give him some credit. And I'm just waiting for Ryan, man. I want to hear what Ryan got to say, man.
Floor is yours, Ryan.
I see you over there smiling, bro. What's up?
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna let Ryan go. But that game looked a lot like year one Hurts, Ryan.
I agree. That's a good comp for a Dart. For sure.
Let's
got
hear
similar
Ryan.
games.
They built well, and I did predict the Giants to win that game. We're gonna go back to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahad definitely did. He did.
Let's go,
What
Ryan.
you got for us, Ryan? Come on, baby.
Stop.
So all I want to say is, it was a great game. You know, a very great, like, oh yeah, we did it type of win. But I'm not buying this shit, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not buying this shit, bro. And I tell you this because if I'm not mistaken, a few years ago in Tampa Bay, down 20 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Eli, we got to put him down. Let's bring the kid in. The kid comes in, he drives down, he do this, he do that. The kid goes in, he scores just like Jackson Dott's first touchdown.
With a game winner, yeah. I'm
Or the game winner, QB draw. When I saw that, I said, oh man, this looks so familiar. Just like nobody bought Daniel Jones in New York, and I was always a Daniel Jones fan. I'm not a fan of this guy, Jackson Dart, man. And I'm still not, even though he went out here and he played in this game and he scored a touchdown, I'm still not buying it. And to me, I think that this defense that you guys have, all the talent that you guys have on that defensive side of the ball, finally stepped up to the plate, took advantage of a team coming from the West Coast, playing at 1 o'clock, which was a little that was a little wild to me. They playing coming to the East Coast and playing at 1. I thought they would have had a later slot of the game or something, but that's a big move coming in. Losing a couple offensive linemen. I saw that Joe Alt was out. Didn't know that Rashawn Slater was out. That Giants defensive front, man, at some point, they're going to win you a game or two. That defense that you have, the talent that you guys have on that defensive side, is going to win you a game. Then you also mentioned, y'all ran the ball 42 times. Great. Play a team that's stopping that run, and you got to rely on the arm of Jackson Dart.
We can't do that.
Just
though.
the same. I had my joint on mute while everybody was talking. Just like the same we talk about, year one Jalen Hurts, come on, man. Let's not we not gonna do that, man. As if year one Jalen Hurts is like that's where he was. It's like, okay. Jalen Hurts was the type of guy you throw out there, he gonna run. You got to make sure your defensive end is checking with the quarterback every time he handed it off because he can run.
Something to worry about.
That's all we worried about.
He led his team to the playoffs.
Huh?
He led his team to the playoffs year one. No AJ, no Saquon.
He lost to the Skins in the final game year one. If we
talking about that wasn't his year.
Nah.
And we gave y'all that.
Year one. Jalen Hurts
They
lost
pulled
to
him
the
out the game.
Skins
Stop that.
to
You
go
know
to
what
the
that
playoffs.
You see,
okay?
I don't like what Ryan.
That's
is
where
doing.
we gonna go.
Because he's
Conte, go ahead, get him, Conte, heat him up.
Please.
Heat him up.
He's minimizing what it takes for a dude to come for his first game against an undefeated team, against a top 4 defense. They're ranked 4.
That's why I said a team that can stop the run. That was one of the
wasn't no
hottest
slouch
defenses
team.
in
Yeah, that's
football.
not a chump team. And he went out there, and we were never losing in a game. We had to lead the entire game.
Scored the first drive of his life too. NFL career.
Didn't turn the ball over or anything. Like, I think you're kind of minimizing what he did out there, but it's cool. I get it.
Hey,
He
so
said
let
it's
me
cool.
ask you this. Y'all play the Saints this week, right?
Yeah, belt to ass.
Okay.
Belt to ass. I'm agreeing with that.
Okay, and I want us to clip this.
It's a sneaky team. We're gonna
I'm
see.
just saying.
But we'll get into that next episode.
I just want to be the first to say, I told you, don't believe the hype too fast. Just know I'm the first to tell you, bro.
You think they would have won that game with Russell Wilson playing?
Yeah. So, no, I don't know. Like that.
You gotta take back the hate.
No funny. You run the ball that effectively 42 times. You run the ball that effectively, and granted, Dart had 56 rushing yards. Like, yeah, I do feel like they still win that game with Russ. You got the ball in the red zone from that interception right after you just scored. But that's the thing. You can't move the goalpost. You can't really say for real.
And you
Russ couldn't even win with neighbors.
Go ahead. You got to understand the threat of Dart is why the run game was so effective. These are the same running backs when Russ was in. They was trying to run the ball. It wasn't like they wasn't trying to run the ball. The threat of a quarterback that can run opens up the run lanes for the running back.
That's what we've been trying to tell you.
I feel you. And that's the thing. Just like I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't believe the hype. Like, I really don't. I got to see it.
For sure. It's only been one game.
And to be real with you, like, if we've been real, what did he do?
He was efficient. He did.
See, but when I say that about Hurts, and
Let me.
It's like,
All right, Ryan.
never
What
mind.
he did.
But hold on though, Avery, hold on. You gotta understand. I'm just now giving Hurts his due credit, and I'm looking at this game from last week, and I'm like, I need to go back on what I said about giving him this credit.
You can't
Where
do
I
that.
was
You
getting
gotta-
on, you're saying what did he do as if like he didn't do nothing special. It feels like is what you're saying. But when I say about Hurts, it's World War III. You feel me? But it's
You
all good.
say
I
that
think they're the
about
same type
you
of
said it
of
about
a quarterback.
everything, and no,
No,
I'm
it's
not
literally
saying.
only about the Eagles.
I'm speaking of simply like I keep telling y'all from the pocket. Can you deliver the ball? Like yeah, this stuff is cute. You run the QB draw. You doing this. You running this. You getting it, the read
Why?
option. All that. I get
Why
that.
is it cute?
Yeah,
Like,
you
why
can't
can't it
call
just
it
be the
cute. That's the wave.
offense?
That's a
Like,
wave of football,
That's
bro.
what they do.
yeah.
Y'all do the
Yeah.
same thing with
That
um,
traditional
How about
drop back
yeah?
passer, like that's not today's
it's the
game
same
anymore.
thing.
It's no. It's not about the traditional drop back passes, but at the same time, can you deliver the ball from the pocket? That's never going to change.
Make me.
Yeah, if he ain't have to, that's not his
As
problem. You
soon as
can't
you
fault
make
him for
me, and
that.
then when he does it, because there was moments they
One
tried to
game.
do that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played in one game
All
and
right.
didn't really do much or nothing.
What I'm
He had
highlighting,
111. He had 111 yards.
Hey, it could have been way
Two
worse
tutties.
against the
he had
top
111
five
yards
defense,
on
bro.
13 to 20, and he had 50 yards rushing and a touchdown. That's
Two
efficient.
touchdowns.
He moved the first
Two
downs.
touchdowns.
Two rushing touchdowns. I'm talking about I'm talking about rushing touchdown and passing
Oh,
touchdown.
okay. Yeah. One rushing, one
Yeah.
passing.
So
Yeah.
he did his job, bro. Get first down. Like you wanted him to go out there and be Josh Allen week game one. Like you gotta
Nah,
do some time, fool. Like
nah. But that's just my thing. It's just I don't know. I'm not high on him, and I'm
Jaden Daniels'
saying
first game
I
was
don't know.
what? Was it a great game?
Yeah, he had two rushing touchdowns. I think he hit 200 passing,
Okay, yeah, I
and he
remember it
had
was a
like
hot game, right?
he had like 50 rushing. But who's counting?
He also has number one receiver too, so a little different
That
circumstances,
was the
but it's
hottest.
all good.
And was it on the road, Conte?
Nah, it was
Nah,
at
it
the
was
They were
at
crib.
home.
home.
It was at
They were
home.
home.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't want to happen. That's what I don't want to happen. Now that Malik Neighbors is down, I don't want that narrative.
Well,
Well,
it
he
got
don't have
to be though.
nobody to throw to.
I mean, that's a valid narrative now. You
It
just
really
lost.
is
Yeah.
for a first year
That's
quarterback.
Well,
Come on, man.
I'm done. Hey, y'all got it with
Yeah, give him a little
with
grace.
Jackson
He
Watt.
just won
so
without
he
All I'm
him.
gonna say is, look,
he don't get no grace for not
Terry
having.
McLaurin about to be out for a little bit. Let's see what Jaden look like. And this year
Mhm.
too, Jaden.
Sam, I'm gonna be real with you,
We're
bro.
gonna
We
see.
winning that game if Jaden played last week.
All right, let's move on to the
All
Cowboys.
right.
Jaden ain't covering nobody.
So,
That Falcons ain't gonna be on the field that long if Jaden played.
man, Mariota played a good enough game to win
Didn't
that
he put
game
up
for y'all.
30? What did he put up? 30? 24?
25
24.
or something like that. I
But
mean, I
I'm
don't know
talking
what more
about
you
time
want.
of possession. The Falcons defense sweet.
So
Bruh.
was y'all.
So is y'all's. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Jaden Daniels would have helped y'all's defense, but
Yeah, I mean,
we'll never know. It's all good. But what we do know is that the Cowboys and Packers tied.
Yeah.
And that was a great game. You know, it started off a little slow. Cowboys didn't even get going till around the midway of the second quarter, and they ended up taking the lead before halftime. And the final score was 40-40, the second highest all-time tying score in the NFL. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. I'll start off with the offense. As I stated, the offense they got going. They were three and out the first two drives, which is something we haven't seen all year. Honestly, we're normally really good on our first drive, or even just really good in the first quarter, for the most part. So that was a little different for me to see, but I did like how our defense bounced back. They did allow two touchdowns straight, but I loved how they bounced back as far as like blocking that field goal. I think that was a real momentum shifter for us, and it added 2 points on the board that we really needed in order to tie that game up in the end. So, offense. Again, they caught their stride midway through the second quarter, and Dak really didn't look back. He was really poised outside of the first two drives, and I love the way we ran the ball as well. You guys saw Javonte Williams out there still doing Javonte Williams. Miles Sanders went out early, so Javonte had a heavy workload, and I'm hoping that's kind of a blessing in disguise for us with Miles going out, so we can upgrade Jaden Blue out of Texas, and we can see what his game looks like. Hopefully, get a little 1-2 punch out of him and Williams. But yeah, so ground game looked really good. We didn't have CD, but I feel like all of our wide receivers played really well. George Pickens had 8 catches for 136 yards, I believe. or was it 11 catches? I can't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. But he was hooping, and
8
he
catches,
also had a
134, 2 touchdowns.
34 yards, my bad, and 2 touchdowns. Thank you, Mahai. So great game, breakout game for George Pickens as the wide receiver one out there without CD. So he did exactly what he was supposed to do, understood the assignment, and I feel like the other guys under him played off of him and off his energy, actually. I saw our wide receivers blocking. I saw Pickens blocking, which you never really see. So you could tell he really honed in on his role of wide receiver one tonight. And he got the job done. Even though we didn't get the W, I feel like he played really well. Tolbert played really well, too. I think he had about 61 yards. And then we have Ryan Flournoy come up off of our practice squad, who added a couple key catches in the second half, especially on third down. So I'm really comfortable with our offense. Ferguson, I need to see more out of him on the yards after catch. He's catching everything, yeah, but it's like it's meaningless to me. Like and back in the day, we used to see him make a move, whoop whoop whoop, and get some more yards at the catch. So I need to see more out of that out of him. And far as one of my keys to victory last week, before we made our predictions, was I've been saying Shotty's been getting us down the field. The play calling was immaculate.
No, he looked
Against the
good.
Packers defense. And it's been immaculate since day one, in my opinion. I really think Shoddy, he's a guy in that with that play calling. And one of my keys to victory last week was for our red zone play calling to be a lot better. And it was. We went 5 of 6, scored 5 or 6 times. 4 of them were touchdowns, 1 field goal. And that's what I wanted to see. We have been getting a lot more field goals and touchdowns in the red zone, but we played a really good Packers defense, finally showed that we can score in the red zone as well against a pretty good defense as well. So offense had a pretty good day. As we can see, put up 40 points. Defense. So they are getting better. I know it's 40 points, but you guys saw a shift in the pass rush, the corners. I don't like Elon. I'm a little over Elon. I'm hoping we get some of our guys coming back. You guys know we got Revel, we got Josh Butler, and we even have our draft pick from 2024, Kalen Carson, all waiting and hopefully come back soon so Elon isn't on my field anymore. So I'm a little tired of him. And also Jack Sanborn, one of our linebackers. He be in the right place, but he's just so slow. Like I don't know. I just don't think he has it for real. Like so I would say now, I know last week we talked about we were kind of arguing about personnel issues or if his scheme. I do see those two guys in the personnel that I'm not really feeling. But again, Jack Sanborn's only in because Demarion Overshown is out right now, who we should have back soon as well. So I think our problems right now are still a little of the playing our 111th. We're not playing our 111th. That was one of my keys to victory last week. I need guys, if your responsibility is the flat, I don't need you in the deep third and have 2 people in the same place. So I saw a lot of that last night and kind of hurt us. But, we didn't get the victory. It was still a good game, still good things to look off of with my defense. We created pressures, we created a sack. And yeah, I'm not happy with the tie, but it's better than the L. It is what it is. We did a lot better than most people probably thought we was gonna do. So yeah, it is what it is. I'll take the T, man. It feels weird saying, but it is what it is, y'all. What y'all got for me, man? That's all I got to say.
Hey, sidebar, Hurts about to lose you all your points, girl. But nah,
Fields?
yeah, I say Hurts, my bad,
Nah, you
Fields.
good.
Hey, good lord.
But just my only thing about this game, I think this is the best game the Cowboys played all season.
Offensive.
Um, um,
Offensive or the Cowboys in general?
I would say the Cowboys in general. I still think it's a bad defense, but this was the best game they played all season, solely because of the sack force fumble that James Houston got late in that first half.
You sounding muffled again.
Do I sound muffled right now?
Nah,
No,
you
you're
good.
now.
Oh, all right. Probably because I moved to the sun. But prime example, Matt LaFleur has to be beating himself up. Like, he has to be pissed with himself on how they conducted themselves going into the second half. That's the prime example of playing with your food and it come back to bite you, man. Like,
But we were up.
let me get to it. Going into the second half, they were up. You guys
We
got
were
the
up.
force front. It was 30 seconds left in the first half. It was a sack force fumble. You guys got the ball in the red zone. Then you went up 16-13. But before that, you were down 13-9, and then you were down 13-2. You guys scored 14 points in, I believe, 2 minutes down there. And that was going into that second half. 30 seconds left in this first half. Matt LaFleur goes out there. He's dropping Jordan Love back, trying to steal some more points. And that's where the sack force fumble comes. And I think that's where the game got out of hand. Um, Early on, Jordan Love and the Packers had full control. Defense, you're not going to have full control of the Cowboys offense. Cowboys offense are going to have to beat themselves. Just simple and plain. They're just too loaded with talent despite the injuries, especially when CD comes back. But that's neither here nor there. As far as the defense is concerned, I feel like they took advantage of the opportunities. Granted, they gave up 40 points, but they took advantage of opportunities. Got a block kick, score some points on it, and that pivotal fumble recovery in the red zone. So, like I said, best Cowboys game they played this year, but that's literally what it's going to take for you guys to win the system.
Okay.
I think they played better against us defensively.
Me too.
But yeah, nah. I mean, this game didn't really change how I feel about Dallas. They got an elite offense and they got a poor defense to me.
The elite quarterback or offense?
Elite offense. I ain't gonna say elite quarterback because
Okay.
he's not elite to me when it matters, but definitely a high power offense. Which we already said that. Like we go back to preseason, we knew the offense was gonna be high powered. George Pickens shut me up. I will say that he showed up. Like when he had to be that guy, he showed that he can be that guy with CD out, which is something y'all didn't have whenever CD goes down in prior years. But
For sure.
in my opinion, you guys gave up Micah Parsons to stop the run. I don't think you guys did a good job of that last night. When I looked at their rushing numbers, they were getting 4.5 per. Josh Jacobs had 22 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. As a whole, they had 35 carries, 164, averaging 4.7 yards per carry. I think what Micah trade did for you guys, y'all picked y'all poison. Y'all said, do y'all want to stop the run or do y'all want to stop the pass? I think Micah made y'all pass secondary much better, which now is kind of glaring those holes versus Kenny Clark and the other young players that you got that are playing strong. Like 41 looked good, the rookie. He showed flashes. Like whenever it does slow down for him, he is going to be a good player. But in my
Getting started
opinion,
slow.
I think yeah, Dallas is just going to be a very average team this year. They're going to score points, but they can't stop nothing, man. Them DBs, like I don't know who's coming back. Like you said some guys are coming back, and maybe that changes. But
It will.
that them DBs just look bad. And look like you changed up your scheme, and they still were getting torched. So Jordan Love was 31 to 43, 337, 3 touchdowns. Only got sacked one time, 118 passer rating. So yeah, I just think Dallas defense is. We're the only team that didn't get off on you. I feel like y'all are the team that struggling offenses are looking forward to play. So that's
Okay.
all.
Yeah, man. I feel like, I mean, we are all saying the same thing. It's just the defense doesn't really look good. Are you okay knowing that you have to outscore every team and it's going to be a shootout? Like, it's not even like y'all are outscoring teams and they not putting numbers up. Like, they're putting numbers up crazy with y'all. Like, do you feel comfortable with that?
I mean, yeah, I know it's been like that the last 3 games. Let's see, yeah, it's been like that the last 3 games, but I don't think it'll last. Like I said, I feel like once we get our some more guys back, some other DBs back, I think it'll look a little different. Elon, he's not that good, man. He's really not. He played good against the Eagles, so I had faith in him. That was our first game, and then from there, it's just been shaky ever since. So, but. As far as like us playing in shootout games, I just don't see that lasting. I really don't. I think we did, like Mahad said, we made adjustments to our scheme. We finally started, like, doing stunts on the D linemen. We're doing stunts. We were sending more blitz than we have in the past. And it was shaking Jordan Love up a little bit. I think they just really completed some really crucial third downs where we almost had them off the field, but they just kept staying on the field. So, Jordan Love, he had a really good game. But as far as like the future, thinking we can sustain like those shootout games. I'm taking my quarterback over a lot of these other quarterbacks. So if it does sustain, I think we're going to be all right for sure. Especially even when CD comes back too. So we just put up 40 without our main wide receiver. Although it be George Pickens is George Pickens, we still got our quarterback playing pretty good with whoever's out there.
For sure.
Hey, I
Hmm.
got I got a few things. Back to my comment about this being the best game they played. That Eagles game, bro. That second half, like both offenses were looking flawless in the first half. After that delay, neither offense looked the same that they did in the first half. That game was completely shot in that second half, in my opinion.
I feel you.
In
I
this
was more.
game,
Go ahead,
there
my fault.
were, and also the defense made no like game changing plays in that game. They made game changing plays in this game against the Packers. You know what I mean? So,
We
um,
had a pick against the Giants to end the game, in the overtime.
I think he's talking about the Eagles game versus the Chiefs.
yeah,
Oh, the
and
Eagles
plus
game. I thought he was talking about any of the games.
that was a heave. Like it's
And
y'all forced
even that pick, that was another
y'all
40-point
forced this
game.
shit. Y'all
Yeah, it
forced
was.
the big plays in this game is what I'm saying. Y'all forced it, and which is what a defense has to do to be a really dominant defense. Now, as far
Hmm.
as the Cowboys, like the state of the Dallas Cowboys, what is the true mindset in the locker room? Because like this isn't substantial.
I mean, I'm not in the locker room. I can't tell you, but I think all of our guys believe in that. I think no, and also not even just in our locker room. I think other locker rooms don't want to see our offense. So that's one thing we can hold our hands on. But of course, I think, like y'all said, a lot of offenses want to see our defense. But I see improvement. I really do. I know they just put up 40, but I still saw improvement that I think we can build off on. And hopefully, maybe next time they put up 30 and then it comes down to 25 and 24. Because I think we're going to consistently put up 28. I think you can write down 28 for
Yeah,
any
that's
offenses,
without a doubt.
personally. So if we can keep getting it down a little bit, to where Dak doesn't have to put up 40 every game, I think we'll be all right. Because all we have to do is be a little
Well,
bit better. This was our
I
first
could
worst
take
game
that back
stopping the
too.
run. Like Josh Jacobs did his thing. Don't get me wrong. But this was the very first time we've seen any running back do that against us. So I think if we can still sustain run stopping and just let people throw all over us, like they're just gonna have to do that. But that
And
could
so I'm
not
gonna
be
be real.
sustainable as well.
You said how many carries did they had this game, Mahad?
Like
Uh,
22, I think.
Total
Not
for the team, they
Josh
did
Jacobs.
35. Jacobs had 22 for 86,
Yeah.
two
Yeah,
touchdowns.
22.
And then the team
Hmm.
had 30 something.
35, 164, two tugs.
This is the first
Yeah.
team that consistently ran the ball on the Dallas Cowboys.
And they passed it. They did
Well,
whatever
I
they
mean,
wanted.
it didn't
But
work in the
the
first
thing
half.
is,
Jacobs only had 30 yards in the first half on like 14 carries. He wasn't toting until the second
yeah,
half, just to
and
let
if
y'all
you
That's
know.
the
look
type
at the
back he is, though.
stats,
He gonna lean
if
on
you
you.
look at the stats,
I'm just saying he had a
Jordan
lot of
Love
carries though. That's all I'm saying.
and Jordan
Mhm.
Love probably had
He popped
250
one
yards
off
in the
when we
first
should have
half.
got him on that third down. I don't know if y'all remember. Solomon Thomas missed the sack, and then Jordan Love popped off for like 30, 40 yards. So that's
25
another reason
yard,
why the average
25
is
yard
up
run
there.
for Jordan Love.
25 yards, my bad. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
we should
take
have had a
that.
sack on that play.
You could take that run away. My biggest thing is they consistently ran the ball, and this was the first team that consistently ran the ball.
In the second half.
My
In the first half, they couldn't.
I think the
they
Packers did. I
didn't
think the
run the
Packers, just like
ball.
But
your
Ryan, my
offense.
thing is, you even in the chat was saying, "Oh, they stopping that run today." So when you say consistently ran the ball, that's not true. You even said it yourself. We were stopping the run in the first
So,
quarter and
bro,
first half.
listen to me, bro. At the point when I saw that, that was
Listen to you.
if we look at the timestamp, that was
That was
probably
like
the
the first
first
drive.
drive.
It was the
That was
first
the
quarter. I literally
first.
just said that. I just said that.
Gotcha. Nah, Roger that. We
Fuck.
good.
I just
Nah,
said it in
but
the first
but I,
quarter.
I don't think there's nothing positive you could take from Dallas defense. That me as
Nothing.
a fan, there's nothing
Yeah.
positive you could take from that defense
Okay.
in that game.
Yeah.
I
For
think
me,
if
go
anything,
ahead.
this is a vindication on the Packers defense as well too. Like
I agree.
they're not as hype as we thought they were. Like they got a great front seven, but like I said in the
They're
previous
not even a
pod,
great front seven.
their DBs can
But
be had. I mean,
you got to
Micah,
understand.
Micah, Micah, Micah had a good game. Don't act like Micah didn't have a good game. Micah was.
But
In my
Mahal,
opinion,
you
I
you
think they're a
can't throw it
great
out
front
there
seven
as
with
if the
Wyatt.
pack. You can't throw it out there like the Cowboys not a top offense though.
I'm not saying they
And
not, but top defense is gotta stop.
going against, what I'm saying is going against those
Mhm.
corners. That's the first team. Well, I can't remember what the Browns did to them last week, but remember how we going into that Packer game like, oh, Terry should have a day. Terry should have a day. Da 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 da. We
You
don't
were
have the
saying
type
that.
of offense like the
Did you
Cowboys
hear what
have,
I
where they
said though?
throwing that ball.
The Cowboys was also the first team that they played that had an offensive line that had some kind of continuity. They played the Lions, who
Yeah,
had three
two
new starters.
backups.
They played the Lions, who had three new starters, and they played. But you guys did have two
I was
backups,
about to
but
say, nah, they was
the
playing
center
guys
and
that
the
never
left
played
guard,
before.
they played well though. Like that was the
No, you're
first
right.
game that somebody held that front seven in check for the most part. And when they finally did, because
In check.
the Lions and the Commanders, they didn't do that. They was in them backfields. They got multiple sacks, and them DBs never really got tried. Dallas actually was able to hold them off and throw the ball down the field, which is the first team that got to test those DBs. Keyshawn Nixon was getting cooked, and that's
Bro,
they.
I think that's because that's their offense, bro. Like
And I
this
feel you.
But
year,
we still did it
this year,
successfully.
this year, I got them. They have a better offense than the Commanders this year because of that passing game.
I understand. What
Yeah,
I'm
So
saying
but
is
you
my
the
can.
thing
Packers.
is just like how the Falcons did us. Dak was getting that ball out. That was by design
I
for them to
agree.
get that ball out fast. Dak was not sitting in that pocket the same way that Jordan Love was sitting in that pocket and able to survey the field. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, Dak was one read and hit it. Dak was very efficient, but it was quick game the entire game.
No, I agree with you. All I'm saying is slow the Packers Super Bowl talks down, which is what
Yeah.
people had them in because
Yeah, nah, for sure,
they're
for
not that
sure.
team. They came
Yeah.
out this game. They were supposed to be locked in after losing to the Browns
And I
like
think
that.
it really showed the weakness that the of those corners. Granted, you are playing the top offense, but it definitely showed the weakness of those corners. My biggest thing, I'm not putting this so much on that front seven than I am on them DBs.
I mean, I saw y'all. I sent y'all Micah stats. Micah had a 34% pass rush
Oh
win
my
rate.
gosh, bro.
He had 8 QB hurries. I mean,
What does it mean if Dak was 9 of 10 on all
I'm
pressures?
saying all I'm
What does
saying
that
is
mean though?
all I'm
How did
saying
that
is
impact the game if it didn't
all
mean
Yeah,
I'm
anything?
I don't think Micah
You
That's
hold
the
had
on,
whole
a
point. I get what you're
Time out,
saying.
time
I
out,
get
time out,
what you're
time out, time out,
saying.
time out.
But it didn't impact Dak. So what's the point?
Week one, when y'all played us, you were
yeah.
talking to me about all those pressures that y'all got that Jalen Hurts was still 15 to 20 on, and it didn't affect him. But you still told me, hey, we
No,
got those pressures. So don't.
no. I only said that because you guys said we weren't pressuring the quarterback. That's the only reason why I didn't say it
All I said
impacted
was
anything.
Micah had a great game. Is all I
Okay, and
said.
I'm asking, what did those pressures impact in the game if Dak was
He
9 of
had the
10
I
on
game.
don't
off of
He
those
think
had the game. He
pressures?
had the game saving sack. Did he not?
My same testaments from
Hold
y'all
on.
first
Time out.
game.
Right.
Let him answer that.
Did
Let
he
him
have?
answer
It
that.
did
Did
nothing.
Micah
Nobody
Parsons have
dropped
the
it.
game saving sack? Yes or
I
no?
wouldn't say game saving. I understand
Man,
Edgerrin Cooper.
we not about to do that, bro.
Bro, y'all don't like
We're
any
not gonna
answer I give.
force
Y'all
it
act like I don't
like
have
how
a
the
Micah jersey
NFL
on.
was
I
trying to
like
force
Micah,
it.
bro. Like, damn, bro.
We not
I'm
gonna
just
force that
simply
one,
letting you
Mahal.
know Edgerrin Cooper was right there. Y'all really think Dak was going to get past him?
Man, we never would know. I know
Nah,
if
Okay,
you.
we'll
hey,
never
Micah
know.
had that handle.
nah. We can't
It was
force
a
that
good
one, bro.
play. It was a
Micah
good
had a
play, but
good game.
let's relax though. He was being blocked by Jake Ferguson. That was his one time he got hands on Dak.
That
So
don't
That's the
mean
wrong
let's
nothing.
pump
time
the
to do
brakes,
that.
bro.
You can't do that
I
in that
agree.
moment. Gotta have it played.
I
You
agree,
can't
but
have
let's
Jake
not.
Ferguson on
I
Michael
agree, but
Parsons.
let's not slice it like he's coming off Tyron Smith or Tyler Smith. Woo, woo,
Hey,
woo.
but
Like,
can I say this
come
though?
on,
Can I say this?
yo.
It's okay for it to be a game where Michael Parsons, A, didn't have a dominant game, and two, the Cowboys didn't shut him down. It's okay
That's
that
what I
that was
How
the
said.
type
didn't
of
we
game
I
shut
that
just
we
him
said he
had.
had a good
down?
game. I said
I
Micah
don't
had a
think
good
y'all.
game.
Now hold on, Avery. You feel like y'all shut him down?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can't. He
How?
had a 34% pass rate. You know that was top 3 in the whole league this
And
weekend.
He
bro, he
put
had a
hands
sack
on
and how
Dak. He
many
put
tackles
hands
for
on Dak one
loss?
time, so
He had a
that's a
sack and
win.
how many tackles for loss?
He
And the
only had one
QB
tackle
hit.
the whole game. He had one tackle the whole game,
He
two
had one
assists.
solo. But I say he had 3 total
I got
tackles.
you.
He got
I
one
got you.
solo,
He
3
had
total
two
tackles.
Abe
assists
was
and
ready
one
for this.
tackle, bro.
He had
But
8
he
pressure
had this
zones.
crazy
Yeah.
game though.
No,
Like,
no,
come
but
on, I'm
see,
not hearing it,
nobody.
yo.
I don't agree with that. I don't think
Come
he
on,
had a
Mahal.
crazy game.
I just
He
said he had a
didn't.
good game. Look, you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
Man,
triggered
he
by
didn't
you're
hey,
have a
triggered
for
by
the
because
crazy
of
best
game.
Michael
pass
Parsons.
rusher and all this stuff,
Man,
that's not a good game for me
I'm going
personally.
But
off
hold on.
numbers.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
So Abdul Carter had 10 pressures, and you just said he had a good game, right?
Yeah, because it affected the quarterback. That's why I asked him. I said, "What does that mean if it didn't impact Dak? Dak
He got a
completed every
sack
single
on
pass,
a down where he was a yard away from the end zone. That
bro."
affected the quarterback, did it not?
Nah, y'all
One
y'all
time in
pushing
four
that one, bro.
quarters. Four
What?
quarters. That's
That's,
what I see where Conte's going with it, and it affected Herbert. He was throwing it all over the place, blowing like shit. That wasn't affecting Dak. So that's what I'm saying.
why? How do
Yeah,
we
he
know
got
it's
the
not?
pressures, but it didn't affect Dak. So who the hell
How do
cares?
we know? What if Dak had that one more second and it was touchdowns?
What
How
you,
do we not
bro?
know
I
that?
literally showed you on those
Yeah,
pressures. Dak was
we
9
can't.
of 10 on passes.
That's
That's why
pushing
I'm
it.
telling you. Yes, he pressured him, but
It's
it didn't
not. But
impact
Ryan, why you
anything.
acting like we saying something crazy? I said Micah had a good game. He did. He had a
He
34%
did. I
pass
do agree. I
rate.
do agree.
That's what I
But
said.
it's
He
just
had a
the
good game.
tone. It's just the
He had a
tone
good
of it.
game.
It's
It's just
like
because it's Michael Parsons. It's Michael Parsons,
no,
and that's what
It's
it
not
no.
because
is.
it's Micah. I
Listen,
have no
I
problem with Micah.
love
I swear to
Micah.
God, I wouldn't
I
still be wearing his
love Micah.
jersey.
I'm so happy he's not in Dallas anymore. But my thing is, let's not act like this was just Micah's return and it lived up to the
Thank
hype.
you.
It
That's all
didn't.
I'm
Why y'all
like.
saying?
That's the way
Why
you
It
y'all
making it
didn't.
saying
seem, though.
anybody said
All,
that?
all he
Y'all,
said was
that's
he had a
y'all.
good game.
That's
Like, he
No,
said he had a
y'all.
good
I
game.
agree. I
it's
agree.
the
He had a
fact that
good
you
game.
put the tweet into talking about he had the best
I'm
pro
telling
football
you
foot.
what
Like,
his
come
stats
on,
were. Can we
yo.
not? So
He
we
had a
not
good
gonna
game.
highlight Michael Parsons' stat after
He
he returned to Dallas. Y'all don't want
he
to talk
had a
about that on the
good game.
pod.
You
He
can
had a
highlight
good
it, but
game.
don't make it seem like he was really that impactful. Yes, he had pressures, but they weren't
Did he
impactful. So
make an
that's
impact?
my point.
Did Michael Parsons make an impact on the game?
Not
Yeah.
to me, one play in four
That's,
quarters. I didn't see much
Nah,
else. I
you
really
just
didn't.
highlighted James Houston's sack.
it's-
Why is James Houston's sack highlighted
That
but
was
not?
Ryan. That was Ryan. I didn't say
Man,
nothing about it.
you said we forced a sack. That's what you said when you were on your recap. You
I
were talking
mean,
about
yeah, I was going. I didn't say nothing about James Houston though.
he's the
Yeah,
only one that
they
but
got a
got
that's
a
the one
sack.
who
sack and
got
we
the
got a
sack
sack.
though.
I think our sack was way more impactful than Michael's
Hey,
sack, personally.
how was it way more impact if that
Because
was
he
a
lost
sack?
the ball. What you
But
mean?
y'all
We got the
but
Bruh.
ball
y'all,
back.
Hey
y'all
y'all, come on,
literally
bruh.
kicked the
This is a
field
terrible
goal
We got
argument, y'all.
We got points off of Micah's sack. We got points off of
and he
James
stopped the
Houston's sack too.
touchdown. He stopped the touchdown.
I don't believe that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. He
Micah
made a
had
good
Micah
play,
had
yo.
hey,
Stand
Micah
on
had a
business,
good
Abe.
game.
Fuck that.
Micah had a good
I
game.
would
That's all I'm
size
saying.
it
Hey,
if it wasn't
you
Jay
know who didn't
Ferguson.
have a good
If it was a
game?
lineman, I'd be with you. But I'm not
Listen,
Kenny
talking about him
that's
beating a tight end, yo.
that's
It's not
not
that.
like let me when Hassan Reddick broke Brock Purdy's shoulder, they had George Kittle blocking him. But we're not gonna be like, oh, it's because it's George. That's your coach. That's Shoddy fault. It's a gotta
I
have
agree.
play.
I'm with you.
Right.
I'm
So then
just
Mike.
saying the play itself. I'm not about to size Michael like, oh, he did get a sack on you. Like it happened on our
But
tight end. Like what we
if
do.
That
Ferguson
Like
don't
washed
mean
what the
Micah,
nothing,
heck?
Avery.
But you
He
can't
got
tell
the
me he
sack.
dominated the game, controlled the game if he didn't do anything on our line.
no
Nobody
one
The
said
only
said
he did.
time he
no
made
one
an
said
impact
he
was
Yeah,
had.
against our
That's
tight
you.
end.
That's you. That's your personal
yeah. I
shit.
about to say
No one
It's
nobody
has
not
said
sat
he
here.
personal,
dominated
bro.
the
It's
No
not
game.
one has
personal.
sat here and said Micah took
Bro,
over that
how is it
game.
personal if on all of his pressures we completed passes? That's what I don't
All I
understand.
said was Micah had a good game, champ. Why is that
How
got
is
you
it a
so
good game if we
triggered?
complete pass on every time he pressures us? That makes
Because he
no
got a
sense to me.
sack, bro. He got a
Oh
sack.
my
That's a good
Nah,
game.
he
Micah
had
had
a
a
good
sack.
game, bro.
Abe
He
not
had a
hearing that
great
shit.
game. My bad.
It
Good
wasn't
job,
a
Michael.
God,
bad
Good
game,
job,
please.
Michael.
at least.
He acting like I
I'm
said
just
he was
saying, yo.
Lawrence Taylor.
I'm just saying, bro. If you pressure me every time I get a completion, I'm not gonna slice your pressures. Like, who cares, bro? I completed the pass.
I'm gonna go
That's
watch
all I'm
all of
trying to
Micah's
say.
pressures, and we're
Go
gonna see if
watch
Dak
him.
completed
Someone
every
tweeted it.
single one.
Go
We could
ahead.
definitely see
He
that
was
shit.
9 of 10. I just told him.
You
Like,
said
that's why I'm
on
like,
pressure.
And
You
then,
said on
but
pressure.
off of
who
Micah's
knows that?
pressures.
But who knows
I
that
think he had 8.
it wasn't
Go
all. It
ahead.
What was
wasn't
it?
all just Micah's pressures. But like, who knows that the completions wasn't just dump
Or
off.
check downs versus the
Like,
shot plays they went to.
which it was
I
for
mean,
this
my
one
man's
job
only
on the
missed 9
rollout.
passes, bro.
It was on a rollout. But listen,
He only missed
that's neither
9
here nor
passes.
there.
Avery, but you
That's neither here
know
nor
when you
there. That's
get
neither here
pressured,
nor
you
there.
have a hot route.
But
All
hold on,
right,
I got a
Micah had a
question.
great
I got a
game.
question. I
Good
got a
job.
question. Because we doing a lot of
I don't know what
talking.
y'all want me to say. Yo.
We doing
Good
a
job,
lot
Micah.
of talking about Michael Parsons, but I want to know about the other
Good
guy
shit, Micah.
that was involved in that trade.
Kenny Carter. He had a good game. I think he had a better game than Micah. More impactful game as well. But
Man, get
hey,
the
he
fuck
had a
out
tackle
there!
for loss.
Get
Did he
the
not?
fuck out of here! What?
Y'all are crazy, bro.
What did he do? What he?
A
Y'all
No,
are
more
no,
crazy,
funny.
yo.
impactful
No,
game than
funny.
Mike is crazy. He had
Hold on,
2
Maha. Hold
tackles,
on,
1
Maha.
tackle for long.
Hold on, Maha. Avery. No bullshit. Please, give me your rationale on why Kenny Clark Brock had a better game than Micah.
I mean, I feel like he controlled the interior. He had one tackle for loss, one tackle. Like, he played pretty good in my opinion. Again, like I said, I know you only mentioned that in the chat in the first quarter about stopping the run, but in the first half, we were stopping the run, and it was because of Kenny Clark. Once niggas got tired of shit, yes, Josh Jacobs was going crazy in the second half. Don't get me wrong. But in the first half, I feel like he controlled the run game, honestly. And he held Josh Jacobs to 30 yards on 12 carries, I want to say it was, which is really good in my opinion. He got 40 more in the second half, yes, but he controlled the run in the first half to where we could get a lead at 16 to 13, even though we were playing like shit in the first quarter on offense.
So
So
then he
hey,
have a better
you
game.
realize the amount of
I
time
mean, bro, like
somebody
honestly,
does
I don't know if
something
y'all
matters
watching,
too,
but
right?
y'all even said in the chat we were running straight at Micah and it was working. So like y'all
No,
say it was
no.
impactful.
We said
Nah,
y'all
all I
ran
said
one
was
play
that
at
they
him.
did it.
It was not one play though, and that's why I
It
said
was
in the
the first
chat,
play of
keep
the
running at
game.
him. We did it
It was
like
the
3
first
times
play
in
of
a
the
row.
game, and after that, y'all barely ran at Michael Parsons, bro.
That's
I'm
not
about to
true,
say,
bro.
bro. I
That's
don't
not
know.
true.
Hey,
That's
bro,
not true. It's
it
okay.
was
I
the
was
We were
watching
in the
that
game
game.
together
first
one
play of
time.
the
I'm telling you,
game,
bro.
and
Yeah,
after that,
I remember
y'all
that.
did
And,
not
and
run
mind
it
you, they
back.
didn't get yards on it. They didn't get yards on the play they
Not at
ran at him the
all.
first play.
Not at
Okay,
all.
we just watch the highlights again, please, yo. We were running straight at Mike. Even when he got hurt, we ran straight at him. He overran the play. We went right off his ass. He tried to come back and tackle him, and he hurt himself. Like, just watch the game, bro.
I'm saying
Please, yo.
you can't
Please
tell
watch the
me
game. And that's one instance, but I can tell you more if you want.
you
We
can't
just don't
tell
got
me
that many times.
you can't tell me that
I'm gonna
Kenny
go
Clark
watch the film.
you can't tell me
I am
Kenny
too.
Clark controlled the interior and y'all were giving up damn near 5 yards of carry. I don't care if
Not
it
in
was
the,
for
I
a
said
half,
in the first half,
but it's
bro.
four quarters.
And then
Who
in the
gives a
second
fuck
half,
about the first
let me
half,
finish.
bro?
Let me
Football is
finish.
four quarters. It's four
In the
quarters,
second
baby.
You don't
half, we
care.
played Maz. Bro, like I don't know how I'm gonna talk if he's
Like
talking. Like
what, bro?
in the second half we played Mozzie and Solomon Thomas more, and I feel like they were giving up a lot more on the ground than what's the name. But
You
when
know
Man,
Kenny
why
you
was in
y'all
the
was
game,
playing? You know
so
why
y'all
y'all was
pull
bro, we're
Kenny
talking
Clark.
about Kenny Clark. I'm telling you, when Kenny Clark was in the game, they weren't running on us crazy.
But that's my
But when
thing.
Solomon Thomas and
When
Mozzie
you
came in,
can't
it was free pickings.
when you can't rush the passer, you gotta take the fat guys off the field. That's why Solomon
So he
Thomas
not
and
Bro.
Mozzie in the
so he
game
not an every
more.
down. So he not an every down player.
No,
Okay, I understand, but they
no,
were running on like second or what are you talking? All right, yo, we about to
he's
end the
not.
fire. What y'all even talking about at this point, yo? You asked me about Kenny Clark, and I'm letting you know when he was on the field, we were stopping the run. The times he was not on the field, they were running on us. Like when Solomon Thomas or Mozzie
All
Smith.
right,
Yes,
I'm
they
gonna
got
watch
all
this
those yards and
film,
shit,
bro.
but I'm
I'm
not
gonna
about to
watch this
sit here and
film.
say it was because Plenty Clark was on the field and shit. No,
You're not gonna
that's
sit
not
here
what
and tell
happened.
me Kenny Clark wasn't on the field for
He
20 of them
wasn't, bro.
35
Watch the
carries.
game. Look at
Nah,
the
for
stat
real.
count. I'll even look it up for you after we're done. I'll
I'm
look
gonna
it up
look it
for
up
you.
right now.
Come on,
Go
man.
ahead,
Hey,
look
I'm
it
watching
up.
it. Hey,
All
Con,
right, y'all. So that was a week 4 recap. Y'all gonna see us later on in the week for when we get into our week 5 matchups. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.